Well, see, when you look at somebody like me, I grew up here. There's nothing you can tell me about Memphis that I don't already know.
There's nothing you can tell me about Memphis.
From the boardroom to the streets.
I don't already know.
With Mike from Memphis, man. Together we can fix things. Really?
When you say, I want to be treated fairly, and I want a voice.
Yeah. He saw things weren't fair, so he chose to run for mayor. You get up and do something when you really care. It's Memphis 360.
I'm with you.
In the meantime,
It's Memphis 360.
In the meantime, in between time, we got folks shooting people up out the frame. Anybody said a word. We've become accustomed to people dying in this city.
Yeah. It's Memphis 360.
Turning the TV on and the news and see our loved ones and see young people that are out of control. And now you see, okay. We talk about incarceration. We talk about the youth. We talk about giving them the ability. We talk about investing in young people and investing in the community. See, I hate ignorance. I hate when people make decisions about things and they make statements and they haven't done their research.
How can you fix the problem when you don't even know what the problem is?
We need some help in this city.
It's Memphis 360.
See, I hate ignorance.
It's Memphis 360. Man.
And good evening. We'd like to welcome you to another edition of Memphis 360, the television show that we say we like to go from the boardroom to the streets. How can you fix what's happening on the bottom if you don't know and you're sitting at the top? So we feel that individuals that are in high places, the mayor, county commissioners, city council, individuals that represent us in Nashville, Tennessee, individuals that represent us in Washington, D.C., how can you represent the city of Memphis and all that we have going on out here in these streets if, in fact, you do not have a relationship with the people that are actually out here in the streets? The hardworking men and women of the city of Memphis, the hardworking men and women of Shelby County, the citizens, because a lot of them are citizens, and the citizens of Shelby County as well. You know, we elect all of these people to these different positions, and it's almost like they get a brain fart. They forget about the people that elect them, because we have election season going on right now here in Shelby County. It's like the biggest election that they have every 8 years. You got all of the judges running. You got the district attorney running. You got the mayor running. You got the sheriff running. You got some of the state representatives that are in their primary. They're running now. And then you got juvenile court clerk. You got Shelby County clerk. You got circuit court clerk. You got all of these clerks' offices that individuals are running for, and they're seeking your endorsement. But, you know, at some point, we have to get to the place to where, okay, you're soliciting my endorsement. You're soliciting my vote. At this particular time, but then it comes the time that you forget about me. I am not as relevant as I was when you were seeking my vote. I was supposed to have Mr. Carlos Bibbs on tonight, who is running for Circuit Court Division 2. Circuit Court Division 2. Mr. Bibbs could not make it because he had an emergency in his family, a health emergency in his family. And I just want Mr. Bibbs to know that we are praying for that situation. I'm not going to put the information out, but we are praying for that situation and that everything turns out okay. I got a call at the last minute to say that he could not be here, and it wasn't his fault that I got a call at the last minute. I've been in meetings all day. Then Clerk Brown called me into his office at the end of the day, and we had to sit down and discuss some things, so I was kind of running at the end of the day trying to get out. What's going on? What's going on, Miss LaTanya Jefferson? How are you? I am doing great. So I do want to talk about the Shelby County Commission meeting that happened on Monday night. And I want to talk about this in my capacity as a citizen. I want to talk about this in my capacity as the CAO for General Sessions. I want to talk about this just in overall and what's going on here in Shelby County. Now, we go to the county commission meeting. First of all, the trustee's office, criminal court, general sessions court, chancery court, the health department put in for stipends for their employees, $5,000 stipends. Now, the idea came from the sheriff department because Sheriff Bonner, who had about $14 million left over in his budget because he was not able to hire all of the individuals that he needed to be able to operate the sheriff department, he took some of his excess funds and he granted $5,000 stipends to all of the deputy sheriffs. Now, let me say this. Those young men deserve that pay. Those young men and women of the sheriff department, they deserve the $5,000 stipend that they receive. They also probably deserve the 5% increase that Mayor Lee Harris is offering, and I'm going to get to that. So we're over at the county commission meeting and waiting with bated breath to be heard. And I think I sit there from 3 o'clock in the evening till about 10:30 at night. And our issue or our resolutions did not come up at that particular time. They actually stayed in the county commission meeting till around 2 o'clock in the morning. And we were at agenda items like 41, 42, 43, 44. They debated 5 hours almost about the capital improvement budget. 5 hours about the capital improvement budget, because I think there is something on the books that says they can only go to about $65 million. Do you know how much they ended up going to? They ended up increasing it to about $90 million. So we're talking 65 up to 90. So you're talking about an additional $25 million in capital improvement funds. Now, you know, it is what it is. Infrastructure needs to be fixed. Schools needs to be fixed. I'm not taking anything away from that. But when you're talking about a $3 billion a year budget for the county, 3.6 or 3 point whatever billion dollar a year budget for the county, that is a lot of money. And a lot of that money is your money. It's money that belongs to me as a citizen, and I pay a lot of taxes. It's money that belongs to you, the citizens that are out there. And, you know, we have given the county commission fiduciary responsibility for that money, because as we elect them, we say, we want you to be the stewards of the budget for Shelby County. We're going to give you billions of dollars a year. And that's why a lot of people run. I think they pay, what, $29,000 a year to be a county commissioner? But it comes with a lot of power, because the budget that you control is like $3 billion. Or even being the mayor of the county, the budget that you control is like $3 billion. And that's why a lot of these companies, corporations, special interest groups, or what have you, give so much money to these individuals' campaign so that they can, in fact, be stewards of our money. So we're sitting there and we're waiting, and Commissioner Willie Brooks, who is the chairman of the county commission, I believe working in conjunction with Mayor Lee Harris's administration, they put on the table, as opposed to giving a $5,000 stipend to a lot of these young people. And let me tell you, a lot of these young people that work for the county, they're making about, and a lot of them have, I know in general sessions I can speak for, they have, they make about anywhere from $31,000 to $35,000 a year. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's a lot of money. Well, realistically, they just got increased to $15 an hour working for Shelby County government. And some of these people in making less than $35,000 a year, they have been working for general sessions for years. But if you're a deputy court clerk, a deputy court clerk 2, or even a principal, the pay is not that good. With all of the responsibility that we're giving these individuals or asking them to have. So we asked for, Clerk Brown asked that they allow him the ability to be able to give $5,000 stipends to his employees. Now I'm gonna tell you why this is so important. The $5,000 stipend is so important because guess what? Gas is almost $5 a gallon. A gallon of milk will cost you anywhere from $3.50 to $4 to $5 and something, half a gallon. When you talk about groceries, I went to the grocery store the other day and it blew my mind because I hadn't been to the grocery store just shopping in a while, but I had 4 little girls at my house, my daughter, my niece, my great-granddaughter, and it was like, Paw, we want a watermelon. Paw, we want this. Paw, we want that. And quite naturally, Paw is at their beck and call and doing what they want him to do. So we go to Kroger. We're taking a trip to Kroger's. And as we are in Kroger's, I find out that, God, Jesus, looking at the prices of some of this stuff, it just messed me up. What's up, Miss Carolyn Lawson? It messed me up, the prices of some of this stuff. So, in speaking with Clerk Brown and trying to do what he had, the directives that he had given me, he said, Michael, try to see if you can get that $5,000 stipend for those young people that work down in general sessions that hardly make any money, because they need that infusion of money, just like the deputy sheriffs. And it also amazes me because can we be selective about giving elected officials the ability to give money from their funds? Because Sheriff Bonner gave the $5,000 stipends from excess monies that he had in his salary budget because he wasn't able to hire. Well, guess what? General Sessions, I can speak for, has been functioning. We're authorized 130, 140, 150 people. We've been operating at about 98, 100 plus people. So we have had big gaps in our employment because a lot of these young people, they come to the job and they stay for a couple of weeks or a couple of days and they leave. And to be perfectly honest, I can't blame them. And when you come to work for the government, see, the government jobs used to be the jobs to have because you knew you were going to get a pension, you knew the pay was going to be decent, and all of the benefits that came along with it. Well, in the eras starting in 2009 on up to now, they slowly chipped away at the benefits. They slowly chipped away at the retirements. They took away the insurance at retirements and da-da-da-da-da and on and on and on. So you can work at Amazon and make more money than you make working in the court system for Shelby County. That is a disgrace. And I'm telling you it's a disgrace because we have young people down there with bachelor's and master's degrees. And these are the young people that we are saying, we want you to do the right thing. We don't want you to be out here in these streets acting a fool. We want you to raise a family. We want you to be a productive part of society. We want to we want you to do those things that your parents did. And with all of this inflation going on, $5 a gallon, $5 for a gallon of gas, and da-da-da-da-da, and this, that, and the other, and da-da-da. And I'm going to tell you, in General Sessions, I can speak for General Sessions, a lot of the individuals that work in General Sessions, I say if I got 130 people, 119 of them are women. And a lot of these young ladies are single parents. So you have these young ladies that are single parents. And see, when you talk about trying to help the city and the county or county employees, and when you talk about trying to give them a foundation to stand upon, you need to truly mean that and not necessarily just speak the words. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? Because we're going to get to us being able to present at the Shelby County Commission meeting. So these young ladies that we're asking, and see, what amazes me is we had young people that stuck and stayed. Because the ones that left, okay, they left. But the ones that stuck and stayed, they worked through the pandemic. They were there in the middle of COVID. We had COVID breakouts. We have one going on right now in General Sessions because we have a lot of these young people that are in LL 81 or they're down in the courtrooms in the lower level. And anybody been down to 201 Poplar, down in the lower level of 201 Poplar, and they're in these courtrooms and they're with individuals that are coming in off the streets. And now in the courtroom, you don't necessarily have to have masks on. So we have individuals that are contracting the coronavirus, and we know that it's on the rise again. We have almost had to shut down areas within our finance department, areas within data entry, and see, but we can't shut them down because it's imperative that every citizen in Shelby County, good or bad, whether they're going through the justice system or not, they have to have their day in court. So if General Sessions is not there to facilitate the administrative part, then they would have to shut the courts down. And you would not believe the vast amount of work that these young people have to do. They have to come in and they have to prepare. They have to pull dockets. They have to go into the courtrooms. We got individuals in the cashier's cages. We got the satellite office down in Whitehaven. We got the satellite office at Mullen Station. We got individuals over on the civil side, over in 140 Adams. So it ain't just 201 Poplar. General Sessions is the largest General Sessions Court clerk's office in the state of Tennessee. And it is the busiest because of all of the crime that we have occurring. And that's something that I tried to relay to the county commissioners. More power to my brothers in tan and green, and you deserve everything you get. But in those same courtrooms, you got young ladies that are sitting there that are single parents that are being exposed to the same thing that those deputy sheriffs. We got young ladies, and it's almost all young ladies, and I think it's one gentleman that works in the 24-hour clerk's office. So when you go down there and you trying to pay your bond and you trying to do this in the middle of the night because little Kiki done got locked up or Felicia done got locked up, those are General Sessions individuals that are receiving and taking your money. When the police officers do a misdemeanor citation, they take it to the 24-hour clerk's office to get it stamped. That's General Sessions. So all of these young ladies and those few young men are down there working diligently, and throughout this pandemic, they have given of themselves to ensure the continuity and the ability, because, you know, soon as your loved one can't get locked up, my phone blowing up, Mr. Brown phone blowing up. Michael, I just don't understand. How come my people can't get out? Well, sir, the system's down. Michael, the reset letters haven't been sent out. Michael, how come I only have so many cases on my docket? Michael, Clerk Brown, Miss Tate, Miss Benson, Miss Faulkner. It's only by the hard work of people like Miss Jefferson. It's only because of hard work, because of young people like Kalima, Mr. Shack, Mr. Brown, Miss Tidwell, and I can go on and on and on and on, Miss Pete, Miss Muse, Miss Logan, Miss McConnell. And I can pretty much call all of them by name. But because of the hard work of these young people, and some of them mature, they have sustained the General Sessions court system here in Shelby County. So, Mr. Brown felt that it was equitable that he do the same thing that the Sheriff Department did, and that's provide a $5,000 stipend to these individuals. So now, Mr. Willie Brooks, the County Commission Chairman, and supporting Mayor Lee Harris, offered a 5% increase. And let me tell you this, 5% increase in their pay. And let me tell you this, it's long overdue. They should have been got it a long time ago. So I'm not knocking, and don't ever think I'm knocking the 5% increase in salary. But when you're only making $31,000 a year, that 5% increase is not a whole lot. And some of these young people need an infusion of cash in their lives right now. Some of these people need to pay some of their bills. Some of these people have incurred additional expenses. Some of these young people need to hopefully utilize that money to be able to buy that $5 a gallon gas, buy that $5 for a half gallon of milk. I mean, I looked at Pop-Tarts because them little girls wanted Pop-Tarts, and I was like, oh, wait, hold up. You know, normally I would go to the store and I'd be like, yep, get that, baby, yep. Daddy, can I have this? Yep. Paw, can I have this? Yep. But I was very selective about the things that I even allowed them to buy. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not hurting. I'm not hurting. And it ain't because of just General Sessions, but I'm retired military. I'm retired City of Memphis police officer. I'm a disabled vet. So I'm not hurting, but I am still having to watch the monies coming in and out in the expenses. So anyway, Mr. Willie Brooks, and I'm going to keep calling his name because he's running for Register of Deeds, and Mayor Lee Harris, who's running for county mayor, put this proposal on the table. Now, I have no problem with them putting this proposal on the table, but I do have issue with them not allowing Clerk Brown, Clerk Coon, Clerk at Master Hall, Mr. Melvin Burgess, Miss Regina Newman, the trustee. And if it's anybody I miss, I apologize. But I do take issue with you not allowing those elected officials, Clerk Brown, the ability to do the same thing that you allowed Sheriff Floyd Bonner, another elected official, discretionary funds. Now, I will tell you, I know General Sessions has given back additional monies. If you remember, when we first got in there, we identified additional $12.6 million. I will tell you that we're working on something right now to give money back to citizens. I will tell you we've identified some additional things, and I'm not going to put it all out there, but I know for a fact Clerk Brown's administration has done some good things down there. I know for a fact Clerk Coon's administration is out there working in the community, and they're dealing with the criminal court side. I know for a fact Mr. Melvin Burgess and his entourage are doing all kinds of good things within their purview. I will tell you that Ms. Regina Newman and the trustee's office, they are handling a lot of money. And believe it or not, she's talking about giving money back. And I think she even said that she has enough money within her system that they may not even know about that the stipends could come out of. But even if they allowed General Sessions and the individual entities to take the money out of their excess funds, like I told them, even out of our salary funds, if you allowed us the ability to give these young people what they deserve, we would still give back over $1 million. But no, they want to bring it all back in, bring it all back in. And I'm going to tell you something. I hate when elected officials use people as political pawns. Ooh, I might not have a job after tonight. But you know how I am. I get on a roll, and I am definitely for the citizens. So I want to tell you young people, and I want to tell you individuals out there that at the end of the night, on Monday night, I had to leave because my wife works the night shift. She is still a police officer, and she works in felony response, and they're responding to homicides and all of that stuff, and aggravated assaults and all of these things that are going on in the city of Memphis. So I had to leave. I had to sit there for 7.5, 8 hours. And they still hadn't gotten to our resolution. But Clerk Kuhn, clerk at Master Hall, Mr. Burgess, Ms. Newman, all of those guys were still there. And when the resolution came up, they wanted the ability to speak. But for some reason, Mr. Willie Brooks, and I went to school, Manassas High School, with Mr. Willie Brooks. He did not allow those clerks, those elected officials, just as he is, the ability to be able to stand up before that esteemed body and advocate for their staffers. Now, I think that's wrong. I think that is dead wrong. I think that that is almost like what you call a filibuster or a takeover, because you are the county commission chairman. You don't allow other elected officials the courtesy of speaking up for their staffers. But what they did do was they allowed the county's administration, Mayor Lee Harris's administrative staff, and they also allowed individuals that spoke on their behalf the ability to speak. That's what I don't like about politics. Politics makes strange bedfellows. But I think it's really bad. I think it's really, really bad when you use your authority. And after those elected officials had sat there for 8, 9, almost 10 hours, and you don't give them the decent respect of allowing them the ability to speak. I want to thank County Commissioner Ford, who presented the resolution for Clerk Brown. Clerk Brown sent him a letter asking him to step up to the plate to actually put or endorse the resolution, and Mr. Ford did that. Mr. Ford also ended up pulling the General Sessions resolution that night because he did not have the support. See, and we talk about fighting for these young people, and we talk about fighting for the individuals that you represent. Now, there's going to be a meeting on the 27th of June. I will tell the young people out there that work in these different functional areas, your elected officials definitely try to champion the cause to get you those $5,000 stipends. But I found that even working at the police association, you have to have support from the members of the association. So I'm going to tell you, the elected officials, and they still haven't stopped trying, because I know I've talked to Commissioner Ford today. I know other individuals have talked to different commissioners today, and still trying to work it, because the minutes have not been finalized from the last meeting yet, and there's still some other issues that has to be resolved prior to them finalizing it. But I'm going to tell you the 27th is probably going to be cutting it really close and almost the last day, if it's not the last county commission meeting for budget year 2022. Because after July the 1st, it's going to be budget year 2023. But all of these monies was going to come from budget year 2022, which ends in about 21 days. So now you got all of these excess funds, and then you got the county mayor's office, because I had to get into it with these people. Sometimes people think you're an idiot. Michael, you can't understand the financials. Why not? I can read. I can't read, you know. You just don't understand. Yes, I do. I understand that we're in the 2022 budget. I understand that General Sessions Office, the Criminal Court Office, the Assessor's Office, Chancery Court, Criminal Court, all of us, Health Department, everybody has these excess funds because the individuals that work in these different areas have really worked hard. And to let you know, this is common sense. If we have all of these excess funds in our salary budgets, that means we've been functioning and keeping all of this going with minimal staffing. Minimal staffing. So that means these young people been working their tails off, coming into work sick, doing work from home. And I was on a staff meeting today with a CAO meeting with all of my administrators, and I had to tell them, you guys have done an amazing job, and I don't care what anybody say. They've been holding this place together with rubber bands, toothpicks, thumbtacks. And for the county commission to not allow them the ability to speak, or the chairman of the county commission, I think it's appalling. So to the young people, I'm going to say the clerks have definitely stepped up to the plate and tried to represent you. The trustee, the assessor, they've stepped up. So now it's up to you to kick in as well. So on the 27th, I advise you to go down to the county commission as a citizen, and there is a law that says you cannot be retaliated against because you are a citizen, you are a taxpayer, you have the ability to vote, you elect these individuals to represent you, as long as you do it in an orderly, professional fashion. I'd advise you to go down there and pull a card to speak, ask to speak on the minutes. That way, before they finalize the minutes, you can actually say something. And you need to tell them why this is important to you. You need to tell them what you're going through. You need to tell them how come it's so imperative that you guys get this $5,000 bonus like the sheriff department. And once again, I'm not trying to knock the sheriff department because these guys have a hard job. But as I have left law enforcement, and I've always known, I just wasn't the advocate for those individuals, that you can't just have one piece, especially when you're talking about the justice system. You got a lot of people that work behind the scenes because once the sheriff department locks them up, then they got to be processed into the jails. And if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't just the sheriff that got the $5,000 bonus. It was anybody on the sheriff department. So you got secretaries, you got probably administrative individuals, you got computer people, you got this, you got that, and they received that bonus as well. So to say that it was only law enforcement officers, that's not true. People on the sheriff department got that bonus. So go down there on the 27th, pull your card, speak your piece. That's what I love about America. That's why I served my country. That's why I served my community. Because this is a democratic society and I love it. I love it. I just hate that sometimes those that we elect try to take away or utilize the system to subdue people's rights or to circumvent their rights. And yes, I'm saying it. I'm probably going to lose some friends behind it. But if you know me, this is who I have always been. Because right is right. I'll support anybody that's right. But I'll also call those out that are wrong. And they're going to say, me personally, Mike Williams, I think they deserve the $5,000 bonus. And I also think they deserve the 5% increase. You know, for people like me or individuals that utilize this as a career, the 5% increase is a wonderful thing. Because since 2009 or whenever, and listen, you're going to hear from me here first. Let me tell you about the political ploy stuff. I've given the largest raise, I'm going to beat you to the punch. I've given the largest increase in Shelby County history. I've given the largest increase since 2009, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. I don't like the politics, even though it's deserved. Some of us forget where we come from because, see, we start hobnobbing with other people. People of different social economic backgrounds. How about that? You forget that you went to the oldest African American high school in the city of Memphis, which is Manassas. You forget that we came from nothing. I don't ever want to forget that. And I don't ever want to leave anybody behind. Anyway, we still got an election that's going on, and it's got to happen. So I'm going to be out here until then. And I may even go get a little bit deeper. Clerk Brown may fire me, but I may get a little deeper because God has a purpose for me. And what's for me is for me. Because so many people have tried to take me off my square and to distract me from what purpose God has given me. So many people have tried to stop me and tear me down. I'm not out here messing with people. But I will call you on your bull crap. Don't do the bull crap, I won't call you on it. All right? So, young people, on the 27th, y'all definitely go down to the county commission meeting, pull your cards, and speak for yourself. All right? Okay, that's one of the subjects I want to talk about, and I probably talked about it a little bit longer than I wanted to, but it was something that I thought needed to be explained. See, that's from the boardroom to the streets part. Let's not forget about the people in the streets. And a lot of times we look at those, you know, I've been seeing pictures. I saw this picture of some hotel, and it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in this hotel. It's an indoor hotel somewhere, and it says Memphis Party. And you got all these young people. And then I've been watching the news, and I've been seeing where out at 3rd and Mitchell, they've been having these car shows and people, shutting the car show down and people out there doing donuts. And then you had the incident that happened at Chelsea and Hollywood where you had, 4 people get shot, at another car show. So I saw my friend Benny Cobb, Captain Cobb from the Sheriff Department, retired. He put a post up today and it blew my mind. Benny said, "Is it only me that I'm out here running around driving and I'm nervous because I don't know what's going to happen and I'm afraid somebody's going to do something?" He said, "Is it just me?" Now you're talking about a big dude who I believe he worked on the TAC unit over on the Sheriff Department or with Special Ops or something to that effect. He's a retired captain, probably ain't scared of nothing. But at the same time, you do be fearful that somebody's going to creep on you or do something, crime, man. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is the endorsements. The Memphis Police Association. So many people were calling me in regards to, "Hey, Michael, how do I get endorsed by the Memphis Police Association? Hey, Michael, have they done the endorsements yet?" I had somebody stop me today. "Hey, Michael, I know you're kind of in tune with the Memphis Police Association, so can you see if I can do an interview to get an endorsement?" And I have to tell them I'm not on the board of the MPA anymore. I am still a member of the MPA. I'll probably be a member of the MPA until I die. They take money out of my retirement check, my dues, and all of that good stuff because they're having a picnic coming up this weekend. I probably want to go because my daughter loves it. That entitles me to go. They have the bomb diggity Christmas party. I want to go. My dues entitle me to go to that as well as a retired police officer. So I do know that a lot of people covet especially when you start talking about judges and the district attorney and the mayor, they love to say, "I was endorsed by the Memphis Police Association." So they have finally put their list of endorsements out. And I'm gonna go through this real quick because I want you to know exactly who the Police Association have endorsed. Now, for Shelby County Mayor, they have endorsed Worth Morgan. This is going to be interesting, y'all. They have endorsed Worth Morgan, who is a sitting city councilman. And if I'm not mistaken, and I may be wrong, it may have been before his time, but he and Mayor Lee, current incumbent Mayor Lee Harris, may have been on the city council at the same time, or they were in passing, one of the two, I don't know. They endorsed, for Shelby County District Attorney, Miss Amy Warwick. For Shelby County Sheriff, Mr. Floyd Bonner. Tennessee General Assembly, State Senator London Lamar, State Senator Brent Taylor, State Representative Tory Harris, State Representative Johnny Gillespie. This is where we start getting interesting. And it's kind of where I'm at. For Juvenile Court Clerk, they endorsed Mr. Dan Michaels, Chancellor Part 1, Gatson Perry. I don't even know who that is, but they endorsed him. Okay. For Circuit Court Judge Division 1, Felicia Corbin Johnson. Circuit Court Judge Division 2, Mr. Carlos Bibbs. That's the gentleman who was supposed to be my guest tonight, but he had a family medical emergency. But they endorsed him. And I didn't even know that, to be perfectly honest. A couple of days ago, we coordinated him being on the show, and they had not put this list out yet. Because I say that this show is not necessarily an endorsement. This show is for the community to get to know individuals. And I wanted you to get to know Mr. Carlos Bibbs. Circuit Court Judge Division 3, Valerie Smith. Circuit Court Division 6, Cedric Wooten. Yay, Cedric! Cedric is a CAO over in Circuit Court right now. Circuit Court Judge Division 7, Mary Wagner. Yay! Circuit Court Judge Division 8, Robert Weiss. Criminal Court Judge Division 1, Paula Scan. Criminal Court Judge Division 2, Samuel Winnig. Criminal Court Judge Division 3, Michael McCuster. Criminal Court Judge Division 5, Christopher LaRue. Criminal Court Judge Division 6, Reginald Henderson. Yay! And I do that for Reginald because I've been knowing him for years and years and years, even when I was in uniform patrol, and he was over the violent crimes, prosecutions, actually, homicides and all of that. Good dude, does a lot of good stuff. Everybody know Criminal Court Judge Division 7, Lee Coffey. He be on it, okay? Criminal Court Judge Division 8, Chris Kraft. Those are known names. Lee Coffey and Chris Kraft. Don't go messing with those dudes. Criminal Court Judge Division 9, William Ward. Now, General Sessions Civil Court Judge Division 1, Lynn Cobb. That's Judge Cobb. He's sitting judge. General Sessions Civil Court Judge Division 3, Danielle Mitchell Sims. She is currently sitting in Division 3. She was appointed initially. She was a judicial commissioner for years, young, innovative, creative, doing all kinds of stuff. General Sessions Civil Court Judge Division 4, Deborah Henderson, Judge Deborah Henderson. She is a current sitting judge, and she is the administrative judge right now over in the Civil Division. General Sessions Civil Court Judge Division 5, Miss Betty Thomas Moore. Judge Betty Thomas Moore, been there long time, very compassionate about people. She's actually been on my show. General Sessions Civil Court Judge Division 6, Judge Lonnie Thompson, been doing wonderful things over there as well. General Sessions Criminal Court Judge Division 7, Bill Anderson. And I'm gonna have Judge Anderson on my show. He is over the Veterans Court over in General Sessions, and he's done a lot of good things with that court to try to accommodate the veterans. So I want to get him on here to talk about that court as well. Then you got General Sessions Criminal Court Judge Division 8, Lee Wilson, who is over the judicial commissioners, and he has been there for a while doing a lot of good things. General Sessions Criminal Court Judge Division 9, Gerald Scan. He's a current sitting judge as well. General Sessions Criminal Court Judge Division 10, Rhonda Harris. I think that's an open seat. I think that's the courtroom where the judge is retiring, if I'm not mistaken. Then you got General Sessions Criminal Court Judge Division 11, Karen Massey. These are the individuals that the MPA have supported. Then you got General Sessions Criminal Court Judge Division 13, Louise Montesi. Environmental Court Judge Division 14, Patrick Dandridge. Been doing a lot of stuff up there as well. Then you got General Sessions Criminal Court Judge Division 15, Lois Lambert Ryan. Everybody know Judge Ryan. And then they got School Board Division 6, Charles Everett. Okay, those are the individuals that the Memphis Police Association is endorsing. A lot of people have been waiting on those. A lot of people have been trying to get those endorsements, and they have finally come out. So congratulations to those individuals that were actually able to get the endorsements of the Memphis Police Association. That is an honor, and it is definitely a good thing. I hope that all of these individuals that have gotten the endorsements from the Memphis Police Association live up to whatever it was that y'all talked about when y'all were over there. And I'm quite sure it was do the right thing, as long as you're fair. At least if I was there, that's what it would be. I have no problem with people critiquing me or telling me what I'm supposed to be doing, but just do it in a fair manner. That's all that I ask, okay? I wanted to talk a little bit about what I have also seen when it comes to the Daily Memphian. They said we have a crime crisis here in the city of Memphis. They say MPD brass wants more officers. Here's how it is deploying who it has. So it talks about how they're now currently down to about 1,900 officers. I think Chief C.J. Davis, she is saying she wants to be up around 2,300, so she is saying they're about 400 short. But I also think the Memphis City Council is now saying they want to get back up to about 2,500. And that's because of all of the things that are occurring here in the city of Memphis and all of the things that are happening. And we all know that, and we all kind of feel like crime is off the chain here in the city of Memphis. They're offering retention bonuses, they're offering sign-up bonuses, they're offering to pay for you to move from point A to point B. But I'm going to tell you that this younger generation, a lot of individuals do not want to be 12. And I refer to 12, I'm talking about the police. A lot of people do not want to be the police because they don't want all of the stuff that come along with it. You know, like we talked about last week, like the guy sitting in the car and it's so many people out there and some young lady twerking on top of his car, you know. Now he has to make a decision. Is he going to go out there and snatch her off that car? Some people say, yeah, snatch her off the car. Some people say, take off. But it ain't that simple because now you're putting yourself in danger. You're putting individuals in danger and all of that. I wanted to get a little bit deeper in this, but Angel is showing me the sign that says I have 1 minute. I want to just say before I leave that I know everybody out there is going through a lot. I want to say that I am truly blessed. I have a lot going on in my life, just like a lot of other people have going on in their life. And a lot of times I just try not to show it in public. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. I want to encourage you to just hang in there. I want to encourage you to possibly become a little bit more spiritual. I want to encourage you to not give up. Even when it seems that all is lost, there's still hope. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in to Memphis 360. We'll be here next week. Pastor Hunter is going to be my guest, who is over Touched by Angel. And Father's Day, he's going to be having an event out there at Airways in Ketchum like we did once before. And he's going to be giving stuff away. Touched by an angel, Pastor Hunter. So until next week, same time, same location, I ask that you be blessed, be strong, be encouraged, and we'll see you next week.
We're going to fall in love with SVPGD.